dito sa Kababayan Today ang isang litratista or what we call photographers na si Mark Sacro. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Jean.
I'm so glad I'm getting to know you more.
Me too.
Okay, so I do know that you're very busy and you've made time for us to come on the show to talk about being a photographer. What are the biggest challenges of being a Fil-Am photographer as opposed to just an American photographer?
Well, they're starting to open up a little more to minority photographers, I guess. But I mean, just established photographers, you know, they're all European, they're all American. Fortunately, a lot of people didn't see me at first or didn't know what I looked like at first. And so when they would hear my name is actually, I think it has an Italian origin to it.
Right? Parang hindi Filipino.
Yeah. So
it worked for you in a lot of ways?
A little bit. A lot
Okay.
of people, yeah, a lot of people were kind of surprised, like, oh, well, we thought you were going to be white. But it's, you know, it's been great. And I don't even know if I would say it's a challenge. If anything, the Filipino-American network here in the U.S. is opening up a lot and very supportive of each other as well. And so,
which is important. I just feel that as Filipino-Americans, we need to help each other out.
Yeah.
Because if we don't help each other out, you know, there's this mentality that they say when you're Filipino, a lot of people talk about it. It's called the crab mentality. And this basically means like, oh, you know, you're in a pail full of crabs and everyone's trying to bring you down. And I feel that in a lot of industries with Filipinos, when they find out you're Filipinos, there's that sense of, well, if somebody else succeeds and I don't, I feel like it's my failure. And this is something that the new generation of Filipino-Americans are trying to dispel, which is why I was so happy when I asked you to be on the show and I asked if it was possible for you to collaborate with another Filipino to take pictures. We're going to talk about that and we're also going to bring her on the show. But tell me, do you work a lot with Filipino models?
I don't. There aren't that many.
I know, there aren't.
There aren't that many. The industry here is a little bit skewed as far, I mean, just Asian models in general.
Right.
There aren't that many. And so for someone like, can I mention her name?
Janine. Yes, Janine.
To come through, she has a very interesting look about her where she's almost kind of ethnically ambiguous.
Yes.
In a way. Like, she could pass for Latina. She could pass for, you know, not just Filipina. And so that works a lot in her favor as well.
Right.
As well, she's gorgeous.
Yes, because when you talk about passing for another ethnicity, somehow it opens more doors. But at the same time, when they're casting for a Filipino, meaning, you know, America or Hollywood, has this idea of what a Filipino looks like. And as we know, you and I are both Filipino, we look very, very different. Because, you know, we've been colonized by so many countries, America and Spain. So what really is a Filipino? What are they supposed to look like?
Right.
You know, so it was hard because I remember being an actress here in LA and trying to audition, and it was like, oh, are you Latina? Are you, you know? And I've also asked a lot of people, what is the most annoying thing someone says when they find out you're Filipino? And a lot of people have said, oh, well, I thought you were this ethnicity or this ethnicity. Yeah. So it works in your favor, I guess, to be able to pass off as other ethnicities, but at the same time, in terms of identity, assimilating into the culture has also not been very good for us. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, because I think a lot of Filipino Americans here, especially a lot of my family, even that I could say that were even born there, are totally forgetting about the culture already. And it's, you know, it's kind of up to the parents to keep instilling that in them. Like, fortunately, like I said, mine did. But we're going to see a lot more ethnic ambiguity.
Absolutely.
As in the future.
It's a mixed world.
It's a mixed world.
Yeah.
And it's going to be even more mixed, and all the, you know, all the races are just going to be.
You know, Mark, I would love to have you back on the show with your parents and your brother. Yes, because I want to talk to them about, so that we can also inspire other parents that they're Filipino out there to be able to pass that culture on to the children.
They would love that. They would love that.
Yes. Well, great. Okay, so when we return, we're going to bring the model that we were talking about, who just isn't a model. She's a beauty queen, and she's brought a lot of pride to us Filipinos. When we return, Janine Tagunon is coming on the show here on Kababayan Today. Don't go away.